People receive hundreds of emails per day, and that's not even counting all other text messages, calls, social media notifications, and so many more. You are literally just one drop in the ocean of notifications your prospects receive. And it gets even worse, because with generative AI, even my grandmother can create sales emails, and I'm not even joking. But it doesn't mean that her emails, or your emails, wink wink, are good and convert high-paying clients. In fact, if she were sending emails, she'll just be polluting people's inboxes and making it even more difficult for us hard-working salespeople of this world to reach our targets. So, whether you're getting started with cold emails or you're simply not able to get positive responses, the list of things you're very likely doing wrong is really long. I kind of like this rhyme. My name is Yusuf, and I've been closing 5 to 6 figure deals with cold emails for the past 12 years. From my first jobs as a top performing sales at Google and Amazon to founding a top ranked outbound agency called the Scale Lab that has so far generated over 150 million US dollars in pipeline value, and being myself listed as a Forbes 30 under 30 entrepreneur. You got it, I eat and breathe cold emails every day. Tasty. And in this video, I'll show you something I've actually never shared before. 2 weeks ago, I received a really bad cold email, which I don't think anyone would really respond to, not even my grandma. But I thought, hey, this looks like 99% of cold emails that are being sent. So why not break it down and rewrite it into a killer cold email? And so guess what? That's exactly what you'll be watching me do on this video just for you. I'll not only show you the email I received, but I'll rip it apart and rewrite it live using the simple framework I've been using to get a pipeline of quality deals week after week, month after month. It's kind of like Pip My Ride, but for cold emails. Yeah, so get ready for this. And little disclaimer, I will not be using AI because before knowing what to tell your AI to write, I think that you should really know what a good converting cold email looks like. In my opinion, email is one of the best ways to reach anyone in the world. It's scalable, it's not expensive like ads could be, and you can proactively engage with practically anyone in the world. But here's the thing. If everyone can create emails with ChatGPT, Claude, DeepSeek, or else, how can you make sure to stand out? That's the golden question, isn't it? So let's take a look at that cold email I received to figure out what didn't work. All right, so here's the email I received. It starts with the subject line saying strategic partnership in software development, ? Hi Yusuf, my name is first name, I hid the first name of course, and I'm writing to you on behalf of company name, which I hid as well, a software development firm specializing in designing software architecture, finding solutions, and implementing them. I came across the Scale Lab, as you can see, they didn't put a space between the Scale Lab, and was impressed by the value that you have been delivering to your clients. How amazing! Sounds kind of generic, right? We are interested in exploring a potential strategic partnership with your company. Our expertise in software development combined with your proven track record in marketing can create powerful solutions for your clients. Amazing! How generic is that as well? We believe that a partnership between our companies could result in a mutual benefit for both of us. Our software development services, it's a lot of text as you can see, I even get tired reading it.
Our software development services include developing sophisticated web and desktop solutions, manual testing and test automation.
I'm already bored and I'm just continuing to read for the example here.
We believe that our services could complement the existing services that you offer to your clients. By partnering with us, you can offer a more comprehensive solution to your clients and attract new clients who are in need of software development services.
Best regards. Signature, there was a photo, first name, last name, this is the title, and then the company name and some other information. So if we look at it step by step, first with the subject line, strategic partnership in software development, ? I run an outbound sales agency and I also have a SaaS. Not really fitting, even though is kind of a question. I wouldn't really open the email, but I did it because I want to give an example for this video as well. Then it starts with the most generic intro that everybody does, which is, hi, first name, my name is X, I work for company Y, and we offer ABC. I think you'd be interested in our services. Super generic, but just at the first look, I see that there's a lot of text. I don't even want to read it, so most likely I'll dismiss it without even reading it because I see that the first lines is just very generic. So typically, this is an email that gets dismissed. You can imagine yourself, if you receive hundreds of emails that are like these, you probably won't even read them. So if we continue with this, as the intro is generic and salesy, I can see that the rest is kind of more focused on them. We are interested in doing something. Our expertise is, we believe that our software development does this. We believe again, and this is a lot about them, and not enough, and actually nothing about us, except something generic where that says, was impressed by the value that you have been delivering to your clients. It's kind of lame. So the entire email is just something, a pitch that is sold to me, nothing of value for me. And then there's no call to actions. The call to action is none. In fact, I can't see anything that says, hey, would you like to get something or shall we chat or else? It just says, we think this is good, best regards. That's it. So literally no call to action. So as you can see in the rating, not so good. And I will show you something else, which is I typically suggest to write emails that are below 80 words. I would say 100 is fine, 80 is ideal. And you can see here, I checked the word counter, we have 159 words in that emails and above 1,000 characters. That's almost like a blog post. The thing is, I know it's really tempting to want to say everything, but the more you talk about yourself, the less people are interested in you. That's kind of the challenge in cold emails, is to fit in a general idea into the least possible words possible and make it as appealing as possible. So let's see how we can rewrite this email. And for this, I developed a framework that's now used by thousands of other salespeople called SIVA, S-I-V-A. SIVA stands for, very simply, subject line, intro line, value, and action. Each step has a unique objective. When you combine them together, they make up for really killer cold emails. I guarantee you that. The subject line is the first thing your prospects see. So it's what will get them to click on your email actually. Here, this one didn't really get me through. The intro line represents the first words of your email. That's what will convince your readers that this email is personal and really worth reading. The value is clear. It's what's in it for them, not what's in it for you as a sender. I can't stress this enough. Stop trying to take value and focus on giving value. This is what's going to give you real answers. And the action aims to present a next step that should be replied to positively. So let's go back to that cold email I never replied to, and let's apply the SIVA framework to rewrite it into an email that would have gotten some actual positive reply. Hey, by the way, before we get there, would you be against hitting the like and subscribe button? You can also comment on this video if you would like me to review one of your cold emails and make a video out of it. Thank you very much, and let's get back at it. All right, so if we want to review this email with the SIVA framework, we're going to look into the subject line, the intro, value, as well as the action. What I get from this email is that this person is looking to build up some kind of partnership with me where we promote somehow their software development services, and they just say that they're good. But they didn't really frame it in a way that is actually appealing for. What I like to do is usually to start with the intro. I like to look at my list of prospects, whoever I'm engaging with, and trying to find something that's really unique about them. In this case, I'm going to give you an example of how I would have written the email to me. This is just an example that can make you think about the rest of your outreach. So let's remove all of this fluff. You don't need it. I would say, I'm going to use something about YouTube. I'll say, hi Yusuf, loved your video about cold email, copywriting. Okay, great tips, which I'm using in this email. All right, I open an email like this. I right away see that, okay, this person has done some research and they know what they're talking about, and they also know who they're talking to. So they got my attention, and for sure, I'm going to read the rest of the email. Whatever they write, I'll read all of it because the intro is just so good. It's clear. I feel like, okay, this person has found something that is specific, and maybe they have something for me that's valuable as well. So now we got to get into the value. So these paragraphs are just way too much, but I'm going to cut this one first, fully remove it. What I usually like to do in this case is to use something that is relatable to the target I would be sending to. Let's say I am the sender of this email and I'm actually sending to this guy Yusuf that is doing the video, who's also an agency owner in a way. Something useful that relates basically their service to what I'm doing. So the software, let's say, company I represent. This is not pitching, it's actually just making it relatable. Helps founders of agencies just like the Scale Lab. Always use the company name. You can of course use company name as well as first name and other dynamic values just to make sure that this goes in. In this little introduction and relatable, I also bring in the value for the receiver, not me as a company. This is what I would like to get, like, oh, I would like to get a demo to introduce my product. This is more, okay, what's in it really for you? So what it does is to generate a new revenue line, say simply by referring our services to their clients. Okay, that's super clear. Nothing very complicated about this. And then I usually like to add a kind of one-liner that also brings some kind of metrics just to make sure that it's also very valid and that the person can project themselves like, hey, that sounds like exactly what I would like to. So something like typically adding 4 to 6 figure deals in just 3 months, I'll say, just as a perspective. It can be any months, but it has to be something that's real as well. So you need to bring that in from projects around CRM implementation. So this is something that also my audience cares about, and that generally speaking, as an outbound agency, I would be offering. So that makes it relatable. It's not like just some generic, I don't know, mobile app development. It has nothing to do with what we're doing. Database cleaning or outreach automation. Cool, this is clear. The software development company I represent helps founders of agencies just like the Scale Lab generate a new revenue line simply by referring our services to their clients. I understand clearly the value and how easy it is to do, and it gives me even like idea, okay, typically adding 4 to 6 figure deals in just 3 months from project. And I'm like, okay, if I just have to refer and I can get that, it's pretty amazing, isn't it? So now we've done the intro, the value, and we'll finish with the action, and then we'll go back to the subject line, which I kind of like to do last, because once I have my end, so how I'm going to finish the email and what the value is, I can then come up with a good subject line that is also relatable for this case. What I'd like to do is show you 2 types of actions that you could take. The one that I would prioritize here would be an interest-based one, something like, would you like me to send you more details about how this could work for you and the Scale Lab? So whereas the previous email is saying, oh, it could be beneficial for both of us, our company does this and so on, here I'm only talking about, hey, this could work really well for you and the Scale Lab, and I'm not even talking about me as a sender, as a salesperson. Okay, that's one of the ways I could do that. And one thing that you can A/B test as well, you'll probably get less responses from this because people are less likely to spend time on the call from the first email. You want to start a conversation first, but if you wanted to write up a call to action that is linked to having a call, for example, and asking for an availability, I'll say something like, is Wednesday or Thursday good for a quick 10-15 minutes chat about how this could work for you as well, for you and the Scale Lab. All right, question mark. The reason why I'm putting 2 dates is very simple. Is to not say, are you available for a chat, giving the option of just like, hey, yes or no, are you available for a chat, but rather the option between 2 dates. The person then like psychologically has to choose, okay, am I choosing Wednesday or rather Thursday for a quick chat? People will say, hey, 10-15 minutes is way too short for a conversation. Why not an hour? If you tell someone, hey, do you have an hour in front of you just to have me pitch to you? You'll most likely get a no. But 10-15 minutes sounds like, okay, low-hanging fruit. I can get there maybe 5-10 minutes. It's easy. And you know, like if I'm on a conversation and I like what I'm hearing, I can go over the 10-15 minutes. That's not a problem. But if I see 45 minutes in an hour, for sure, I'll say no, I don't have time for this stuff. Okay, so let's compare now with the previous email that we've done. I want to see the length of this email compared to the email we wrote just before. Yeah, I'm going to take this and leave also the signature just as it is. So we have 87 words and 520 characters. Let's compare with what it was before, 1,000 characters. So we cut it in half and 157 words. It's pretty amazing. It's really half of the email. It also looks a lot cleaner as an email. So, you know, just like short lines, very easy to read. In one go, I get the value as well compared to a huge block of text. That's the temptation that a lot of salespeople have, probably you, and that's what I used to do in my very early days as a cold emailer, was to just write a lot of text, hoping that I'm saying everything possible and that my prospects will catch some kind of value. But in fact, I was just trying to sell instead of giving value to the person and being clear about what it is, as well as a clear call to action at the end. And now the last bit, which is kind of the cherry on the top, is the subject line. I know that I forgot just like a little word here, so work, but that doesn't really change much on the email because we're using anyways it's a call to action. So right now, you know, I'm bringing up things around having a new deal. So I'm thinking, okay, strategic partnership in software development, that's a little bit too broad. So what I'd like to do is, this is really about bringing in new deals for the business. So I can just put something like new deals, or it would be the Scale Lab. I'll just put company name, okay? And I can imagine if I send an email to several agency owners, I can probably think most likely about just a specific intro line for everyone. So this could be a custom variable, and new deals for company name, hi, first name. Intro line would be very specific to every single person on my list, and the rest can actually be quite the same ultimately. The value would be the same for all of them. That's a lot better already. We've got a super good SIVA, so subject line is great, intro is really specific, value is short and super clear, straight to the point, as well as the call to action, which is actually quite easy for me to say, hey, I'm interested, I'm not interested. If I'm interested, you know, I'll read through the things, and as a SDR, if somebody responds to me saying, yes, I'm interested, I've already got a first track for a next conversation. This is really the start of your sales process, and hopefully for a lot of meetings booked in your calendar. If you want to know what a great email cadence is for your campaign, including follow-ups and the duration of the entire campaign is, this video here is made right just for you. Happy scaling, and over to you now.